Good morning, Discovery Baptist Church. I'm here in Odessa, Ukraine, and I want to tell you the story of how Discovery has been able to really impact and influence churches and individual lives and hearts all over the world. And part of that story starts right here in Odessa, Ukraine, because right behind me, let me show you this building. This building right behind me here, that is the building where my father and I lived for about 2-3 weeks on our first trip to Ukraine ever. Right there on the 5th floor, I believe. We stayed in this apartment. We walked back and forth down this street here. We rode these trams right here that you can see, and we rode them back and forth to the institute where we were working and building the facility at that time. That was 22 years ago, in 1994. I remember coming to this building and sort of thinking, what have we got ourselves into? And it was in fact in this very building that I and my dad, first time in a Soviet elevator, and we got stuck in that elevator. We thought we were going to fall 5 floors to our death. That was back in 1994. But here's the interesting thing, I think, about how God led in all of that. That was at a time in Discovery Baptist Church's history when you did not have a facility, and we were renting a facility next to the highway there, and I think that facility was going to be sold. And it was really unclear what the future of Discovery Baptist Church was going to be at that time. And so, not even knowing if the church would continue for another 6 months or a year because the facility was being sold out from under us, we decided to come to Ukraine and serve the church here. And you know what? I think that God blessed that in a way in the life of Discovery Baptist. And of course, we had no idea that what would happen 5, 10, 15, 20 years later. And here I am as a full-time missionary. My sister Rachel also in Kiev, Ukraine. But beyond Ukraine, you know, I think that whole endeavor gave Discovery Baptist a missionary spirit. And that is something that God has blessed all over the world, in areas where Discovery Baptist has come alongside other missionaries, local churches, and supported those efforts and seen God do some great things. You know, it's easy for us to think about the church locally, where we are, the congregation that we attend. But one of the things that I'm convinced God wants us to understand and be aware of is the church globally. And so I really think it's important for Discovery Baptist to understand the effect and influence it's had globally on many churches. This is my father-in-law, Vladimir, and he's helping us with the ministry here in Odessa, especially with the refugees. Можно что-нибудь сказать, Discovery?
Дорогая церковь, я и Мария, мы благодарим вас за ваши молитвы, за то, что вы поддерживаете нас в нашем служении. Мы здесь в Одессе, и сейчас еще трудные времена, и много таких вот людей, которые приехали из Востока, из Донбасса. Они без дома, без церкви, и мы служим и в этом, помогаем им, проводим богослужения, проводим встречи, молимся за них, и Бог там реально действует. И мы очень благодарны, что хоть и трудно, но Бог дал нам такой труд, который нас всех объединяет. Спасибо вам за поддержку и за все, что вы делаете для нас. Слава Богу!
So I want to show you something in our kitchen here. We recently put this world map on the wall of our kitchen, and one of the reasons that we did it is just to remind us of how God is at work throughout the world, not only in Ukraine, not only in Gig Harbor, Washington, but everywhere. So we can just visualize. Let's see, this isn't a very exact map, but Gig Harbor is somewhere up here. We are somewhere right there. But even if you talk about our ministry, so Gig Harbor has had a direct, Discovery Baptist Church had a direct impact on our ministry, but our ministry reaches out to Russia, to Georgia, to Moldova, to Belarus, to South Korea. Now my geography is getting off. But if you look at it, Gig Harbor, Odessa, Ukraine, Kiev, Ukraine, India, Brazil, the different places, Asia, where Discovery is at work. And you go to each of those places and then you find out that wherever that missionary is, they reach out to different places in the world. And it's amazing to think about how far that reach really ends up going. I'm here with Oleg, and we just got into Seattle just about an hour ago. And Oleg is one of our partners that we work with in Odessa, Ukraine, and he'll be there Sunday night, so we can say a word to Discovery.
Hello, dear friend. I'm very glad to see. Maybe I see you in the Sunday evening. Thank you for your ministry in Ukraine. Thank you for Caleb ministry. It's a very big bless for Ukrainian churches, many brothers. And I'm very glad. I know you church, know you pastor. God bless you.
All right, thanks, Oleg.